with us from Potw Field, Memorial Stadium in Columbia, Missouri. As we wind our way toward the end of another college football season, one of the grand traditions is paying tribute and respect to those who have just poured their souls into the success of this program and honor the seniors on Senior Day. It's the Houston Cougars and the Missouri Tigers. Reese Davis, David Powell again, Jesse Palmer with you here in the booth, and we are keeping a close eye on the weather, along with help from Holly Rowe.
It is a beautiful day, but I can tell you it is very cold down here on the field. I see a lot of players putting their hands by the heaters. There's a lot of heaters set here on the sideline. We'll see how that impacts the game. Keep you posted from down here on the field. Guys?
We'll see if they can handle the weather in this game. Missouri about to kick off to lift the lid on this one. From a couple of yards deep, he'll bring it out. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. From the gun, it's Hughes. Give him 9 on that one, sets up a 2nd and 1. Let's talk for a second about Houston. For some teams, the road into the top 25 can be a little more treacherous than for others. And once you get there, you've got to convince the rest of the country you deserve to stay.
And I think that's what's next for this squad. They've earned the right to get in the top 25. People are noticing what they're doing. Now, let's continue to build on it because they haven't proven they're a top 10 team, and they want to get to that point.
Yeah, let's stay hungry. Let's not be satisfied with the fact that we just broke into the top 25. Let's get in the top 20, top 15, top 10. Let's make the college football playoff. Don't want to get ahead of your skis here too early. It's a nice thing to be inside the top 25 now, but you want to continue to get better.
Ball spotted at the 21. It's first down. Left side, it's Thomas. Able to haul it in, and right to the ground he goes, only a pickup of a couple.
This is no surprise to defenses anymore. Everybody throws wide receiver screens, and you could tell they were ready for it. They saw the quick game, they pounced on it, got the wide receiver on the ground. That's not the first time they've seen that route.
Ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on 2nd down. The run inside. It's Hughes. Not a lot of room, but found his way ahead for 2 out to the 26.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
They're going to keep this drive going. They'll have to make a play on 3rd and long from the 26. Looking downfield, it's Wegman. Back open in the middle. And he's got enough for the first down. They'll mark it at the 34.
Yeah, and what a nice job finding your matchup, Palmer, on 3rd down. Understanding I got a guy that can catch the ball to the backfield. Nice angle route, getting right there between the linebackers and getting the 3rd down conversion.
It was a really good job, too, David, of the running back that time, setting up like he was going to the flat, and the linebacker gets a little bit too excited. He then puts his foot in the ground, cuts back to the middle. It's an easy pitch and catch, and they get the first down.
The safe call on the wide receiver screen. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45.
And, man, that's not a surprise that they come to their go-to guy early. This is an offense that's so much fun to watch, and it's because they know who they are. They know how to get the ball to their playmakers. And on the first drive, Palmer, Get your guy a touch. Get him involved. You know receivers got some feelings, Jesse. I love that they're getting him lathered up and a touch early in this football game.
Yeah, he's definitely one of those guys who feels like he's open every single play, so it is a good idea to get him going early. For the defense, that's a bit of a jab in the face right there, because you came into this game, you know who's going to get the ball. You know where they're throwing it. And you've got to do a better job now disguising your coverages to try and limit him and take him away as much as possible.
And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle.
Well, they want to come out and try to get the run game established, but up front defensively, they made a play. They gave up nothing on that one.
Got to find some breathing room if you're going to establish yourself on the ground, and there wasn't any that time.
Yeah, Reese, I wonder now if this offense is maybe going to try to get to the perimeter of the field and see if they can use their speed to hurt this defense.
On third down, he drops to throw. Now moving to his right, looking for anyone that's open. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short.
And that's a pretty good job by this defense. Like, they understand it's third down. They understand the situation. They drop back. And I love the defensive back with vision on the quarterback. He sees it, right? He takes off the scramble. He's like, no, no, no. You're not getting this first down. Nice job coming up, making the tackle, and forcing the fourth down.
This offense wants to get out of the gate fast on their first drive of the game, plus territory. They'll go for it on fourth down.
And how about that call? You're right around midfield, fourth down on your opening drive, so you run the football and you put your trust and confidence in your offensive line up front to get it done and keep your offense on the field. That is impressive.
Rush right in his face. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
And that's a really good job by this defense. A complete defensive effort. When the back end makes the quarterback hold the football a little longer than he wants to, and then the pass rush gets home, hits him, and forces the incompletion.
Back to pass, it's Wigman. He'll pull it down. Had to start that slide a little early, and he'll be short of the first down.
You know, QBs want to make those big plays. They want to put up the big stats. But when nothing's there, sometimes you just tuck the ball, get a minimal gain. I like the slide, by the way, too. Get down and don't take a big hit.
Push is ahead. Offenses gain momentum with third down conversions like that. They've got it at the 25.
And that will go such a long way in deciding this football game. Who can win these short yardage situations? Who can be the more physical team? And this offense right here showing the work up front, man. The big boys all moving together, creating enough space. And I love the way Palmer, the back gets downhill, understands where the first down marker is.
Yeah, you know, some running backs just have a nose for it, and this guy does as well. He's able to sort of find the crease, make himself small, fit into those small spaces, and pick up the first to keep the offense up.
Time running out, and he goes down at the 34. Defense has dominated the early part of this game, and the stats point that out emphatically. Still scoreless here after this offense has dominated time of possession as we take a look at the first quarter stats. Well, this offense had a little extra time to think about it. Let's see what they have on third down. Now on the move. He's not going to get there, and it's going to bring up a fourth down decision.
And this offense, I don't think this is going to be a surprise. I think the offense is going to stay on the field. You've already seen it once on this drive, and they've already been successful. You know how hard it is to defend when there's an extra down, and they do it over and over again? So I think this offense will continue to stay aggressive like they were on the last fourth down.
Here comes the field goal unit. He'll need to strike this one cleanly from 48 yards out. Knocked it right through, showing that big range from 48 yards out.
Man, these late-night crowds are so much fun. They're so into it, so much energy in this building. And the visiting team drives down the field. Tell you what, drive stalls out a little bit, but they quieted this place a little bit by getting three and starting this game off on the right foot.
Tackled and brought down right at the 20-yard line. Good coverage there. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38. They had the perfect play to open the drive, and now they'll snap it again from the 38. They'll give it to Hardy. Maybe some room here. Gets the ball right to the 50-yard line, and that'll be enough for a first down.
How about the defense trying to slow this dude down? He's a Heisman contender for a reason. He's so difficult to tackle, and what a challenge. All week long, they knew that they had to key on this guy and really try to at least limit him if they were going to win.
Throwing Simmons. Can't find a man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40.
And nice answer by this defense. You give up a big play, you go take a big play. Sometimes you get down on yourselves and one play turns to two. Nice job by this defense getting a sack, creating some momentum.
Looking to throw, it's Simmons. He rifles one deep to the left. And it's incomplete, going for the massive, explosive play instead. They're looking at a third down.
I know it was incomplete, but I'm okay with it. If I'm the offensive coordinator, I'm going to keep taking shots down the field. I'm going to make him honor that deep ball. I'll hit some of those before the game's over.
Here they come, facing third and long from the 40. Going to audible here. Let's see what they do. Lined up in the gun. Here's Simmons on third. Throws to the wideout. Complete to the right. Big pickup on that one. They'll mark him out at the 40.
Hey, man, that's a frustrating end to that play. And I say that, man, because you need to give me everything you have. Like, I can't run out of bounds. I got a chance to maybe get the first down, lower my shoulder, be physical. My team needs a couple more yards to get the first down, and dude chose to run out of bounds.
They'll go with Hardy. And he's brought down, but they believe the offense could convert in the fourth down, and it paid off.
And obviously, if you're going to be in the discussion for the Heisman Trophy, you got to be putting out big stat games week in, week out. He's been doing it all season long and obviously had over 100 rushing yards his last time out. He's doing it again here today in a game where a lot of Heisman Trophy voters,
makes the catch, and he's free. A likely touchdown-saving tackle, but the catch and run takes it down to the 7. The Tigers have it with a first and goal. Run in the red zone, it's Roberts. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches. Down to 2 minutes to play in the half. The referees signal for the 2-minute timeout.
First down and goal, I bet you the percentages are really high for run, and this defense was ready for it. They got to match the physicality right here, right now in this situation.
They'll run it left, looking for the end zone here. Nowhere to run, and he barely makes it back to the line of scrimmage. The Cougars will use their first timeout here. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. And they've inched closer and closer, and still 2 yards to go for the touchdown here on third down. Lined up in the gun, here's Simmons. Got the big pause on it, but couldn't hang on. Instead, it'll be fourth down.
That's a big missed opportunity by the defense there, guys. If he's able to make that interception, all of a sudden, their offense is back on the field. But now, because he dropped it, it's still fourth down. And, of course, they're in field goal range.
Absolutely perfect. And the field goal ties it up here in the second quarter.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. Hits inside, it's Hughes. Banging, slithering, whatever it takes to get that ball up to the 32. Clock's running and they'll try to get to the line, warp speed for second down. Just feeds the running back. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45. Offense rushing to the line of scrimmage. Clock is stopped for the first down. They'll try to get it off quickly. Maybe some confusion on the snap count there. That's maybe what caused the false start. Either way, the offense is penalized. So important to keep your concentration. Get off on the snap count, not before it. It's 1st and 15. That's caught. It's Thomas. He gets it out across the 45 and out of bounds at the 46. Second and long here. Sets his feet. It's Wegman. Out wide left, it's Thomas. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. They're at their fastest tempo trying to get off this third down play. Looking to throw for it. The screen, and watch out. He's out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for the first down. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
Man, that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these third down situations. That's a really good stop by the defense. Jesse, they need a few more. You've given up a bunch of yards on this drive and a bunch of plays, but all that matters is keeping them off the scoreboard.
Yeah, it's that bend, don't break mentality you're seeing right now, and this is the point where this defense has just got to lock in.
Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42.
These are the plays as a defense that mean so much for so many reasons. Getting in the backfield, obviously getting the sack, so putting them a little bit behind the sticks, but also hitting that quarterback, making him think. That goes a long way in disrupting the quarterback's rhythm.
Using his legs, it's Hughes. And he'll lose yardage on this play. Loses 2 yards. Great job by the defense. And as we work our way toward halftime, timeout on the field. And in the closing moments of the first half, they'll try to put a 3 spot on the board. Thought he had it and couldn't get it through the uprights. He missed it. And after the missed field goal, guys, we are still locked up. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, week 12, almost zero margin for error. Just the way we like it here on the EA Sports College Football Update Show. We start with the Oklahoma State Cowboys taking on the number 22 team, the Rutgers Scarlet Knights.
He'll be brought down at the 22-yard line. Good coverage on that one. His return is stopped short of the 25.
And it's the Cowboys in an absolute fist fight with a team that has been every bit their equal today. Both offenses putting up points. Feels like anything can happen. And
what a job to lay out and make the catch.
Man, I love those guys that are willing to put their body on the line, and he does it right here, man. Just lays out. That ball's coming in. You can see it from several yards out, making that play, laying out, keeping the football from touching the turf. Great concentration, great effort by the receiver.
From the gun, give to Hardy. They'll give him 4 on the pickup at 2nd and 6.
And we knew the linebackers were the strength of this defense, but coming in the offense, man, they felt really good about their running back. And so far, man, it's been a fun matchup to watch, but advantage to these guys that have been filling gaps, scraping, getting to the football, making plays. This linebacker unit really held down this rushing attack that they usually hang their hat on.
Out wide right, it's Hardy. They drop him at the 47-yard line, but he'll have plenty to move the sticks. In search of their first touchdown of the game, they are on the move with a 1st and 10. Quick give. It's Hardy. Tackled behind the line, and he'll lose 1 on the play.
And you gotta love this defensive performance so far. Done such a good job against a running back that you saw last week, man. He can go off. He can make big plays. He can chew some yardage up and keep an offense on schedule. Nice job by this defense locking in and shutting down the run game so far.
After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. Simmons. Snagged in the middle. It's Lee. Touchdown, Tigers. That one will give them the lead.
This receiver is dangerous because of what he can do after the catch. Once he has the football, he is so good at making defenders miss. You saw it on that play.
On to attempt the try. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they finish the drive with a touchdown toss from the 49. He'll return it. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Houston sending the offense back onto the field. They haven't really been able to light up this scoreboard, but putting points up would be huge here. They shut it down quickly, but he gets 2 out to the 18.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
On play action. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Hughes. And they'll stop him just short of the 1st down, just inches away from moving the sticks. Remember, they missed a field goal on their last drive, but at the very least, they need to get back in field goal range here on 3rd down. And you want to know what impact home field advantage can have? There it is. The offense will walk it back. Third down is coming. Now a little bit farther to go after the penalty. Straight ahead, it's Hughes. He did not make it a stone wall on 3rd down.
And a lot of times they'll fit up front. You know, linebackers are fitting holes, and that ball bounces, and it's supposed to go somewhere. And sometimes it goes to a DB, and the offense will get a W. Like, they'll get a win because you'll break a tackle. How about the tackle by that young fella? I know he likes to cover, but I love the way he comes up and makes the tackle.
weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game. They'll take the penalty and move them back. Houston sends the punt team onto the field. The punters have had the day off up to this point. First one of the game. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines. Not his best work. We're getting deep in the third quarter here. Clock stopped with 1.5 minutes to go. Here's Simmons to throw. Trying to burn this defensive back. And he went for it all on first down. Didn't connect, but it gave the D something to think about.
And that was good defense again, and unfortunately we've been saying that all game long. Really, really good defense. Or, listen, you can spin on the other side. This offense has really been bad.
Off the left side, it's Hardy. They got it blocked just enough, and a good gain on that run.
And we talked about this guy coming into the game, man. He's a dude. Like, he's a guy that they're going to feature, they're going to give the football to. He's so good with the ball in his hand, so why would you not hand it to him as much as possible? They're doing it early, and he's getting some chunk yardage. This defense, they knew about him, but now they're finding out about him.
Motion from the wideout. Changing the routes with his receivers. Simmons from the gun on third down. And it's incomplete despite some serious arm strength shown there.
Really nice job by the defense, playing aggressive, understanding it could be a running situation, but still playing disciplined enough to play the pass and be successful on that 3rd and short.
Boy, if they don't convert this 4th down, there will be questions to be answered. Simmons to throw for it on 4th. Fires to the middle. Big man has it. It's a first down and more. Touchdown, Tigers! He found some open space and turned on the Jets.
And, man, they have flipped this game in the 3rd quarter quickly. They've got hot, man. Both sides of the football working together, getting stops. The offense now, Palmer, putting another touchdown drive together. They are in fuego.
Yeah, you got to give their coaching staff, David, credit as well, because they made some really good adjustments at halftime. They were having some trouble in the first half. They tweaked some things schematically, both on offense and defense. And you're right, they look like a completely different team here in the second half.
And they had the extra point to finish the drive. On the return, it's Drake. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. A lot of work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Hughes. May not be the most memorable play of the day, but it's important as he gets them out to the 25-yard line.
And the offense has a little bit of success, and what do? They push the
ball is out behind the line. Oh, and he gets the ball back. Lucky to do so. Guess it could have been worse. And wait just a second. The official's going to take a second look at this one. And you know the standard is indisputable video evidence, and the officials will change the call. And this offense just has to find a way to convert this third down, or else they are really in trouble. Under pressure. Quarterback slides, and he's got enough for the first down. That's it for the period, and Missouri has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. As we start the fourth quarter, it'll take a pretty sizable comeback to win this one. Final stands in the game, and we'll start with the first down. Back to throw, it's Wigman. He'll try to do it himself. And he has a solid gain on the play before sliding. Houston going up tempo.
Hey, listen, it's important at that position to be able to be good off schedule. Everything's easy when it's on time. You can get the ball out. But when things break down and they get off schedule, you've got to have a guy back there that can make the right decisions. He did exactly that.
Throwing on the run. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive.
The number one objective for a defense is to make the offense one-dimensional. Well, when they're trailing by this much, late in the game, they're one-dimensional. They have to pass the football. We can bring more speed on the field. You see it. We know you're throwing the football. Nice break on the football. Nice interception. This one's almost over.
They'll get him at the 45, but he got 10 on that one.
And I think the biggest thing for this young man is we've seen him be so great all throughout the season. How do you finish? And how do you finish decides if you win that big trophy at the end of the year. He's in the Heisman running.
Sends it downfield. This will be picked off. Maybe just the turning point they needed.
Well, there's no quit in this defense. I'll give them that. Obviously, they're trailing here late in the game. It seems like the opponent's going to win, but still, they've got guys out there playing the way they're coached to play. They're playing with outstanding effort, trying to make plays to claw their team back in the game.
Fresh setter downs going to the air. Here comes the heat. And he's sacked. Great work there by this defense. They'll tell you that somebody's always going to pop open, but it didn't happen in time before they got the sack.
No, it did not. And you know what? I'm going to remember this. I'm going to remember zone defense. They didn't really have an answer. They weren't ready to get rid of the football. Quarterback hesitated. I got to him and got him on the ground. Might be a good call later on in the game.
And he's able to shed one tackle and gets a pretty good pickup. Now the defense will try to keep them on this end on third and short from the 21. To throw, it's Wegman. Finds his target. They make the tackle, but not before he picks up the first down. The Cougars come to the line with a new set of downs.
Well, you got to think here offensively that you may have 2 more possessions in this game. You can still win, but you've got to be aggressive. You've got to start taking shots vertically down the field, throwing to your best players.
This is a fun spot to be in defensively. Like, it's late in the football game. You know they're passing the football because you're up a couple of scores. You pin your ears back. You try to get to the quarterback. Play smart. Make sure you rally to the football tackle and don't give up the big plays.
Pull to the ground. They need a huge play on third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Picked off. What a way to set him up. Didn't really have room to operate on the return, but he hands him the ball at the 32. Missouri's offense heads out ready to go. And that interception might well be the nail in the coffin. Offense gets to taking it the other way. He's at the 10, and he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Tigers! They extend this lead, and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row.
Sudden change situations are so interesting because oftentimes in that kind of instance, you get the ball back on a turnover and offenses are trying to take a shot looking for the home run touchdown. But that time, they just turned around and handed it off. It was a more conservative play call, David, but it gave them the same desired result.
Well, and it's kind of crazy. When you force that turnover, everybody goes bananas. The sideline's going nuts. You get a little bit of extra juice, and then they hand the football off, and everybody does their job. They capitalize on it. Momentum swings happen so fast in college football.
And he passes on the touchback. Here he comes. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. The Cougars offense takes the field to start this drive. Threw a pick the last time they had it. They'll try to be more productive this time around. Uh-oh, look out.
And I think the defense kind of understood what was coming. Back-to-back possessions where this offense threw interceptions, like they're going to want to get the run game going, and they were ready for it. Great job fitting the gaps and making good, solid tackles.
They'll need a bunch on second down. On the run, it's Hughes. Not much there. They'll give him 1 to the 14.
And what a great job by the defense here. First down, second down, 2 straight runs. They stuffed both. And that was a big key for them coming into this game. They want to set up third and long situations. And now those edge rushers can pin their ears back to get after the quarterback. They can mix up and disguise their coverages on the back end, hoping to create negative plays and takeaways.
They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. Clock stops and we've reached the 2-minute timeout. This offense looking for anything to cut into this big lead. And guys, hold that thought just a second because here comes the 4th down play. If they don't get it here, this one is probably over. Needs it. They'll knock him down, but he moves the sticks, and the 4th down decision pays off big time.
How nice is it to have a running back with this guy's skill set, right? That's not a guaranteed give-me 4th down conversion either, but still, they trust in him to find the crease and keep this drive alive.
He's got 69 yards on the ground, and that magical 1,000-yard mark is oh so close. Give him a pickup of 2, now 2nd and 8. Trying to get everybody set with the clock still running.
Defense came into this one knowing they were going to see some tempo. They've got to get the call from the sidelines, get it communicated, get lined up.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. And now this offense will try to figure out a way to move the chains after that 2nd down incompletion. Wide receiver going in motion. The corners are walked up tight. To the air, it's Wigman. Left side, it's Thomas. Finally forced out of bounds, maybe a step shy of midfield. They'll mark it at the 49.
Well, this offense has a ton of work left ahead of them here in this 2-minute situation late in the game, but the drive off to a good start. You get the 1st down, you get out of bounds, you work in the perimeter of the field. That is exactly what you want to do.
Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a 1st down.
New running back, same result. Like, it's pretty clear what they want to do on the offensive side of the football. They want to dominate the line of scrimmage. They want to run the football, whether it's the starter or now the backup. They're going to establish that ground game. It's what they do.
And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. Hello. Ready to try the point after. And the extra point pulls them closer. It's 24-10. Fielded in the end zone. It's Lee. He'll be stopped just short of the 25-yard line. They'll mark it at the 24, and good work by the coverage unit. They'll snap the ball. First play of the drive coming from their own 24. Running inside. It's Hardy. Got the first down. He'll be dragged down, but not before he's put the